Hello guys, welcome back to yet another video where today we'll be solving yet another problem from the CSES introductory problem set. So let's get started. So the question states that we have been given a string and we have to check if we can create a palindrome from the original string. So what do we mean by palindrome? So palindrome means, let's say we have a string which is A, B, A. Palindrome means that if we compare this particular string from its left and from its right, we should get similar alphabets. For example, in this particular string, I can say that A is equal to A, again A is equal to A, and B is equal to B. So this is a palindrome. So the question states that we will be given a string and we have to restructure that string in a particular way so that we can either make a palindrome, and if we cannot make a palindrome from the given string, we have to output the answer as no solution. So let's focus on when a given string can't be a palindrome. Let's say the string is A, B, C. Now, what are the possible ways in which this string can be restructured? It could be either A, B, C, or A, B, A, C, or A, B, C, A. This is one particular way of restructuring it. Since there is 2A present, so both of them have been included in this particular case. Now let's move to the B part. It could be A, C, B, A, C, A, or B, C, A. Now let's move to C part, which is going to be C, A, B, C, A, B, A, C, B, A, and A. Now we can see that among all the different ways in which this string can be restructured, none of them creates a palindrome. But what if we had something like A, B? We can create a string which is A, B, and A. Now this string is palindrome for sure. Why? Because if we compare it from the left and right, we can see that the alphabets are similar. So what we can say, conclude from this is that if a particular string has a character which is occurring odd number of times, then there should not be more than one character appearing odd number of times. For example, in this case, A appeared 2 times, B appeared 1 time, C appeared 1 time. Since B and C are the two characters over here which occurred odd number of times, so the answer for this is going to be a no solution. So what we are going to do is, we are going to create an array, or we can take a map of character comma integer. Let's name this map as MP. Now MP, or let's name this as frequency of characters. So from the given example, that is A, C, B, A, we will start a for loop starting from this particular index, which is the 0th index, and we will go all the way up till the end of this string, that is up till 8th index. And each time when we visit a particular index, we will increment the frequency of that particular character. So initially we start with index 0 and the character is A. We will increment its value by 1. So A becomes 1. Now this pointer goes to here. It points to index number 1. We increment the value of A again by 2. Now this pointer again goes to second index and the A value is incremented to 3. Now it goes to the third index. Now the A value is incremented to 4. Now we encounter a new character which is C, and we increment the C value to 1. We move to index number 5, which is character A, and we increment our A value to 5. We move to index number 6 and that is a character C. We increment the C value to 2. Then we move to index number 7 since it is a new character, so we increment it to 1. Then we finally move to index number 8 and we increment the value of 8 to 6. Once this is done, we will iterate over this map and we will maintain a integer value. Let's name that as frequency of odd values. And let's initialize it to 0. We check, is the frequency of A, is A occurring odd number of times? We see the answer is no, since it is occurring 6 times and 6 is not an odd value. Then we move to B and we see that B is occurring odd number of times. So our frequency of odd values will be incremented to 1. Then we go to C and we see that C is only occurring 2 number of times and it is not an odd value. So our frequency of odd values remains as it is. Once this iteration of the map is done, we check what is the value of frequency of odd values. If the value is greater than 1, then we can clearly state that there has been some characters that has occurred more than one time, and in that case we will simply print our answer as no solution. But let's say if the answer is like the odd number of times is less than or equal to 1, then in that case what we will do is we will create an array. The size of the array is going to be equal to the size of the string. So let's just create an array over here of length 9. We will maintain two pointers. Let's name it as left and let's name the other pointer as right. Now we will start iterating in this particular map. We see A has occurred 6 number of times. First we will store a value A in the left and in the right, and we will decrement our A value to 4, and we will shift our left to right and shift our right to left. Again we will put A over here and A over here, and we will move our left to right and move our right to left. We will again put the value A and A, and once this is done, our A value is equal to 0. Once the A value is equal to 0, we will move to the next character, which is C. Now C over here is occurring twice, so we'll put our C and C over here and again move our left and right to the middle. Eventually we encounter B and put our value B at the 4th index. Now once this is done, this is going to be a final answer and we are going to print it. But there is a small catch, that is, whenever we iterate on the map, it might be possible that we might encounter an odd value before encountering all the even values. So in that case, whenever the even value is not completely filled in this array, we won't fill an odd value. So for that, what we can do is we can again create a variable. Let's name it as C. Whenever we face any odd character value in our C, we will place that value. And when we again iterate in this map while we are filling this array, if this odd value comes first, then we won't fill it and we will just continue. At the end, that is, once this array is filled with even values, at the end what we will do is we will fill this particular array with odd value. By odd value I mean the odd character, the character that has occurred odd number of times. Once that is done, our answer is ready. So let's just move on to the coding part. So as I said, initially we will be taking a map of character comma integer, and we will be iterating in the string and we will be counting the frequency of each of these elements. Once that is done, we will take an odd value which is equal to 0, that is the frequency of odd value, and we will also take a character C to check which is the odd value that is present in the string. So initially I am checking if, let's say, for the first time I encountered an odd value, so my odd value is going to be equal to 0 since I have encountered it for the first time, and also I have initialized it with 0 over here. So it will go to the else part, my odd value will be incremented, and my C is going to be equal to its character, that is the character that has occurred odd number of times. Now let's say the again we encountered an odd value, then in that case my odd will be equal to 1 because I already encountered it once, now I am encountering it twice. So in that case this if condition will become true and I will directly print no solution and I will just return from here. But let's say we encountered a 0 odd value number of times an odd value or 1 number of times an odd value, then in that case we will come to this array, and as I said, the size of the array is going to be the size of the string, and I have initialized the entire array with hash. Now this is our left pointer, this is our right pointer, and once I go again, when I iterate in that map, I will get the count of the frequency of the character. Now if the character is actually equal to that character which has occurred odd number of times, then we are just ignoring it and we are moving on to the next character, or else what we are doing is we are going to fill that array with the character that has occurred even number of times, and that is the while loop over here. Once that is done completely, our next task is to fill the array with the character which has occurred odd number of times. For that, this is the code over here. We will get the count of the odd value, and while the count is not equal to 0, we will fill that character in the array and we will finally print that array, which is going to be our final answer. So if you like this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I will be coming up with more videos. Until then, take care and bye bye.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find a light in your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see clear. I'll be your inspiration.